on the 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown Christmas Special. Chad Richardson, Lee Mack, Jack D, Rose Matafeo, Stevie Martin, Susie Dent, Rachel Riley, and your host, Jimmy Carr.
Welcome to the 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown Christmas Special, a show about letters, numbers, conundrums and Christmas. OK, let's meet tonight's players. First up, it's team captain John Richardson. Christmas can be dangerous for John. Last year we had 8 inches of snow and we nearly lost him.
It's not true, it was a very mild Christmas. Don't mind the gag about me being short, but get the weather right.
And joining John tonight, Jack D. Jack D has the look of a kid who wanted a PlayStation and has just unwrapped a turd.
You bring back bad memories of my childhood when you say stuff like that.
Up against him this evening, it's guest team captain Lee Mack. Unfortunately, there isn't a Not Going Out Christmas special this year, so you'll just have to pick your own time to turn off the TV and go down the pub. And Lee's teammate, Rose Matafeo. Rose is from New Zealand, which is, according to Google, 11,650 miles away. Got to admire that commitment, Rose. The furthest I go to avoid my family at Christmas is just to walk to the bottom of the garden.
That is roughly 11,000 miles, though, isn't it, your garden?
Yeah.
Lee, what have you been up to since we last saw you?
Oh, you know, Jimmy, the usual. Just letting my face age naturally, keeping my teeth a normal colour and not upsetting Netflix viewers. What have you been up to? We're doing the quiz show on ITV, the 1% Club, which obviously tests intelligence.
Someone watches it.
We found him, Lee. What do you give away on the 1% Club? What's the biggest prize?
Up to £100,000.
What's the most you've given away?
48 quid. We have given away almost 100. We've given away 90-something, like 97 or something, yeah.
Can I come on it?
Not really, Jack, because you're in entertainment. You're already a member of the 1% Club.
Last Christmas I could do with 97 grand. Pay my gas bill.
I would have thought you'd get a grant, Jack.
OK. Rose, you a big fan of Christmas?
No, I hate it. I don't really like it. That got a really bad response in the room, actually. Are you guys fans of Christmas? OK, that was 20 of you, actually.
I think people in the audience are probably, you know, when you said I'm not a big fan of Christmas, because it's, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Jesus is actually in the crowd.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah? Come on. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Jesus. Happy birthday to you.
2022 years old, he must have the same hair surgeon as you.
I like the fact we still have the camera trained on Jesus in case he performs a miracle. I think we'll be OK.
Do I get paid?
What's right?
Do I get paid?
Typical Jesus.
Typical Jesus. Jack, all right, best and worst gift you've ever received?
Gift?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. The worst present, I think, is those charity presents you ever get given.
Oh.
You know, when I got contacted by some TV production company, you know, and they go, oh, instead of presents this year, we've given you a goat, but we've sent it to a village in Africa. And I said, well, thank you, but that's not where I live. And it has a happy ending because I went out to Africa with Comic Relief, and it so happens I went to the village where they sent the goat, and I did a chat with them and everything, and found out how terrible things were. And at the end, I was able to say, thank you for that. Unfortunately, the goat, lucky, he's coming back with me because come on, off you go. Yeah, is mine.
What's the best thing you ever got?
I got given a shredder one year, which is good.
Oh, I imagine you'd love a shredder.
I love a shredder. It's great for the cards, all the Christmas cards, straight in. I just strap it to the letterbox, and when the postman comes, they go straight in into the shredder. Who has ever had a card from someone you have no idea who they are?
Oh, yeah.
You had one of
Really?
those?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
send those. It's my hobby. I like to do it before Christmas. Make up, I go, Dear Lee, happy Christmas, love from Joan and Eric.
Well, that wouldn't work, because Joan and Eric are my mum and dad.
Like you get a card from your mum and dad.
I don't actually, Jack, because they're dead. Thanks for that.
Keep it light, come on.
Lee, have you got a mascot?
Yeah.
What have you brought?
I brought this because I was at home thinking, what am I going to use as a mascot, you know? And I was sat there this morning, and then it suddenly dawned on me. I looked in the corner of the room, and I looked on top of the Christmas tree, which was odd, because despite the bullshit you're telling everyone, it is September the 5th. And I took this little thing off the tree, like that. And I thought to myself, that's the perfect lucky mascot for me, because I've had that on my tree for 25, 30 years, and I think of all the luck I've had during that time, you know. In that time, I got married, 3 lovely kids. We got 4, but one of them's a bit, you know. I've had a decent career. I've worked with some of the greatest minds in television. Susie, Rachel. Yep. I've won awards. Well, some would say not deserved. The Mobo springs to mind. Bronze medal in the Paralympics. But, you know, if they're not going to ask for a doctor's note, people are going to abuse it, aren't they?
Rose, have you got a mascot?
Oh, I do. It's a bit of me, actually, because I said that I wasn't a huge fan of Christmas, but what I do love is Christmas crafts. And a fun thing I like to do is I make my own Christmas crackers. And what I found is that Christmas crackers are an amazing sort of receptacle for lots of different things, like not just party favours and all that. You can put anything in a Christmas cracker. So, do you want to see what's in somebody's cracker? Okay. So, this one's a bit of fun. So, don't get scared. That's This is divorce papers, which is a great festive way to serve your partner with papers this year. What else have we got? Oh, this is a good one. Let's go with this one. Okay. There we go. No bang. That's just a bit of ham.
Oh.
For the lady who has everything. And the last one...
Are you going to just leave it there? You're not going to put it in your handbag?
No, I don't have a handbag.
Handbag?
Oh, handbag.
A handbag. Lean back, everyone. Lean back.
Okay, we're doing the last one.
Yes, please.
This is my favourite one, I think, and that is that's Grandpa's ashes. So it's what he would have wanted. Do you think you'll be cremated, Jimmy?
No, I think it would be very dangerous to put this amount of plastic near a fire. Jack, have you got a mascot? Did you bring anything with you for good luck?
I started a new hobby in lockdown. Just had to do something to, you know, something positive, and I got into bonsai trees.
Right.
So I started with collecting full-size trees, but you soon run out of space. So then I discovered bonsai, which is Japanese for last-minute present. And I brought my favourite one along.
Right.
And they said, oh, will you bring it in? And I said, no, because it could get damaged. They said, we'll take real care of it. So anyway, it's here. I'll show you it. Da-da. I am proud of this. It's a beautiful thing. It's been by the dock door out there for a bit, but it should be... Here we are. There you go. What? What's happened to it? Oh, my God.
What is it, Jack?
It's got little bags of dog shit or whatever. That's unbelievable, that. That's just... Oh.
What stops that growing into a full-size tree, Jack?
Well, it's fucking bonsai, isn't it? Everything has its natural stopping point for growing. Otherwise, you get 9-foot dachshunds, you know. Trees.
It's not... My niece does bonsai tree. That isn't true. You have to keep snipping them, and you can actually have a very small lemon tree with a massive lemon growing on it.
Don't listen to him. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Do you want another fact? My full name is John Zy Richardson.
John, is that waistcoat... Is it new? It feels like it's not. quite the right size for you.
It's the right size for me, but I am not the right size for me.
Have you had a good year? Have you had a good 2022?
Yeah, I mean, October, absolutely brilliant.
What happened in October? Just remind me, what was in the news in October?
You went to prison for that thing you did.
Well, out again by Christmas, can't believe my luck. John, have you got a mascot? What have you brought?
Well, what I've done, because it's Christmas, and I'm quite a traditionalist at heart, so every Christmas Eve we read The Night Before Christmas. And it used to be my dad would read it, and now my daughter's reached an age where I read it to her. It's lovely, innit? But it's a bit sort of middle class and a bit dated. So I've sort of updated 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. And the first thing I've done, it's just called It Was the Night Before Christmas. Because no one says 'twas anymore, apart from it wats. So this is like a modern version. It was the night before Christmas when all through the house no bastard was sleeping, not even the mouse. The stockings were hung on the door handle with care because we were both too tired and pissed to go in there. The children were fighting over Tangfastics in bed while visions of singledom danced in our heads, and Mama in her onesie and I in my gown were furiously rapping and glugging wine down. When out in the road there arose such a clatter, I turned down the telly to see what was the matter. Away to the window she flew like a flash. Her onesie dropped open, and they all saw her gash. There was some good wordplay leading up to that.
Yeah,
but...
I like the clatter and matter.
Yeah.
But they preferred gash.
I joined her while necking my warm echo falls, running so fast I tripped over my balls. When what to our Zinfandelled eyes did appear, but Boris fucking Johnson after a day on the beers. Then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the stomping and bounding of each cloven hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney he fell and crashed like the pound. He pissed on the Christmas tree and smashed all the kids' toys. He sprayed on the wall up the Bullingdon boys. He snatched the mince pies and laughed while he was eating. It's sort of my fault, you can't afford heating. Sprang to his sleigh, a Brexit-themed bus, and written down the side, good fucking luck with Liz Truss.
Merry Christmas, sir. Over in Dictionary Corner, it's Stevie Martin. Stevie says she once made her sister cry on Christmas. Begs the question, Stevie, why did you buy your sister a Susie Dent book?
No, I honestly got no idea what you're talking about. Go on.
It's me.
You're Susie Dent?
Yes.
Oh, thanks.
That's my favourite thing that's ever happened.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It's your first time on the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, no, sure, why not? I think the Dictionary Corner is in quite a good place with me on it, even though what I just said there. Because I do sort of like online stuff, that's my vibe. Yeah, I mean, I'm not just like an online comedian. I actually trained and worked for years as a journalist, Ian. So, like, I know what a word is. Like, I guess I know what, like, a simile is. If you don't, a simile is just when something is like something else,
yeah.
Right? So, for example, the moon is, like, in space.
And with Stevie, of course, it's Susie Dent. If you asked, Susie could spend hours telling you about the derivations of Christmas words such as Noel and Yuletide. So whatever you do, don't ask. Susie, are there any interesting festive words?
Yes, there are.
OK, let's move on. In charge of... No, go on.
There's an old word for the hole in your belt that you have to resort to after Christmas lunch. That was called the Yule hole back in the 17th century.
It's also a great club.
Panthropy, desire to be away from other people.
Well, you've got to be a dick about it. What happened?
Bang on about my books, which...
Your shitty
turns out-
books?
How's yours doing, Jimmy?
What, the book?
Yeah.
You and Susie.
This feels genuinely Christmassy now. In charge of the numbers, it's Rachel Riley. Rachel loves a good carol, especially when she's replacing her on Countdown. Do Countdown fans send you Christmas presents?
Well, there are two, actually, that send presents all the time. Christmas presents, birthday presents. They turn up my house with presents for the kids. But I find the word fans is a bit formal, isn't it? I prefer to just call them mum and dad.
Thanks for reminding me you've got a mum and dad. Very nice of you.
OK, the prize the teams will be competing for tonight is this, the Countdown Christmas bells. Here we go. OK, let's count down, everyone. Time for the first game. Lee, Rose, you get the pick of the letters.
Hey, Rachel, can we please have a consonant, Rachel?
Thanks, Rose. L.
Oh, it's a great start.
Ooh, give me a vowel.
Since it's Christmas, you don't want Noel.
Vowel.
John Richardson, everyone. John Richardson.
Can we have a consonant?
Yeah.
T.
We'll do another consonant.
Yeah.
W.
Vowel, another vowel?
Yeah.
Vowel?
I.
Well, another consonant. Yeah, another consonant.
No, I don't know. Yeah.
Let us know if we're going too fast.
H.
Consonant,
Consonant.
please.
T.
Rachel, let's entertain people with a song while the clock is playing. Little drummer boy?
Sure.
OK. All right, your time starts now. Gotta get this elastic band off my nuts. Lee, how many letters?
7.
7?
7, yeah, don't talk to me like that.
It seemed like a lot.
Oh, I've misread my own handwriting, not 7. It's a 1. No, it's a 7.
7.
Okay.
I got a 7 as well.
You got a 7 as well. OK. John?
Yeah, I've got a 7. Well,
Of course
if
you
Jack's
have.
got a 7, I might say 8.
All right, Jack, what have you got?
I have got a 7 as well.
You've got a 7, OK. John, what have you got?
I'll go for an 8.
OK, all right, so...
I mean,
Lee?
so, is that the rules?
Yeah, that is the rule, yeah.
All right, I'll go for a 9.
What's your 9-letter word?
I'll go for a 7.
OK. What's your 7, Lee?
It's the very festive holiest.
Holiest. Wow, nice. Rose?
Whistle.
Jack?
Toilets.
John, what was your 8?
Tits hole.
No, there is no such thing as a tits hole.
7 points to both teams. Stevie, Susie, could they have done any better?
There's an 8 here. Whittles.
On to our first numbers round. OK, John, Jack, you'll get to choose the numbers.
1 big, 1 5 small ones, please.
1 big one, 5 little ones. 2, 8, 5, 4, 6.
I've always noticed that about you. Why do you always start from the right and go to the left? Carol used to do it left to right. I used to like that.
As if you've ever watched either of us do it.
That's true.
OK.
204.
Your time starts now. So the target was 204. Rose, did you get it?
No, absolutely not.
All right, Lee, did you get it?
Keep talking to Rose. 203.
John, did you get it?
Yeah.
Can I just say, I've been on this show quite a few times and your smugness isn't getting any better.
I don't know how to say it, though. How am I supposed to say it?
OK, well, let's try
supposed to
again. Let's try again.
apologise for it.
Non-smug. John, did you get it?
I don't know. How are you supposed to say it?
I'll tell you how you're supposed to say it. No, I didn't get it. Give other people a chance.
OK, Jack, did you get it?
202.
202. OK, so, John, how did you get it?
8 times 4 minus 5, add 75
Ah, OK, there we go. Yep, 102.
and times by 2.
Well done, 202.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a really...
That is impressive what you can do with your mind, John. I'm very impressed. It's a shame it's come at such a price.
I know. It's a shame I'm on a comedy show as well. I get so many tweets from people saying, you should go on the real one. And they either mean I'm clever or you're not funny. But either way...
Well, so at the end of that, Lee and Rose have 7 points. John and Jack are in the lead with 17. And here is your teaser. The words are ice plops. The clue is give it a lick. That's ice plops. Give it a lick. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were ice plops. The clue was give it a lick. It was, of course, popsicle. They've been playing in teams so far, but this game is just for Lee and John. John, your turn to choose.
A consonant, please.
J.
What if it's my name?
All right, then. Vowel.
E.
It might still be your name, but the way Rose says it. Jick. Consonant.
N.
Ooh.
Oh. Could be my auntie's name.
She's still with us?
She's still with us, yeah. Yeah. Well, actually, I doubt it. She's probably turned over.
Consonant, please.
S.
Consonant.
R.
Vowel. These are shit, aren't they?
U.
Oh, John, you absolute idiot.
Consonant. How do I fix this?
Y.
Oh. Let's go for a Q. Let's have a consonant.
N.
Oh, rubbish. And a final vowel.
E.
OK,
Wow.
your time starts now. Yep. Like a big pig in a blanket. I call it the impacted colon. Does anyone... Rose, you're from New Zealand. I was worried you wouldn't have tasted traditional British Christmas fare, so I've got you some things.
Oh, lovely.
So I've got giant pigs in blankets, Brussels sprouts, chocolate triangle, and some eggnog.
Are these giant? These are giant.
Everything
versions.
came out a bit big.
I don't know. I feel... no, the scale of this is too much. I'm confused. I feel like a borrower. That's actually not too bad.
It's pretty good, right?
No, pretty good. Delicious.
I got you some gingerbread men, because you're all vegans, aren't you?
And what is this?
That is a solid block of chocolate.
I'm going to eat one.
OK, hey, can you hear... OK, I'm just going to...
Yeah, it's Christmassy, though, isn't it? I mean, you're meant to indulge. There's a hammer.
For me?
There's a hammer there for... Yeah, that's for you, yeah.
Oh.
What's inside it?
It's just more chocolate. It'd be traditional in Great Britain. To down the eggnog would be... That's like a British thing.
That's too much milk. That's too much milk for me.
It's a good catchphrase. No one's taken that one yet, have they?
It's too much milk. That's too much milk for me. Oh, it's Rose Matafeo. To her old tricks again.
The gingerbread's quite nice, actually. It is. I'm a cook. I'm quite
Could
keen
I
to
try
it.
some?
No.
OK.
What is your signature dish? You're a...
Well, we take it in turns to to cook the turkey. So last year I cooked it, and then so this year we're not going to cook it. We're going to have it raw.
What is that?
It's a pig in blanket. It's a pig in a blanket.
Oh, I heard you.
There's a whole pig on a blanket. I'm sorry, I'm eating it next to a vegan.
I don't mind.
I don't mind?
Yeah, I'm not ethical vegan. I just shit myself if I eat meat. So that's fine.
I've had an idea for the finale of the show.
Yeah. We've got Stevie's catchphrase now as well.
OK, John, how many? We were playing a game of countdown before all this.
A 6.
A 6. OK. Lee, how many?
6.
John, what's your 6?
Ensure.
Ensure.
Susie's not even interested. Look, she's just eating.
What was that?
Ensure. Is ensure a word?
Oh, ensure is definitely a word, yeah.
All right, yeah, sure. Can't even be asked to look it up, can you? Lee, your 6?
Ensure.
On proper countdown, they'd hold up their bit of paper to show they're working to the person they got the
On
same...
proper countdown, they've got a proper host. On proper countdown, you don't stop for fucking dinner. No, of course I didn't have ensure.
What did you have?
I had Junas.
Did you use that in a sentence?
Well, I don't know. Do you like... you asked me if I like going out in August or September. Ask me.
Do you like going out in August or September?
Neither. I'm more of a Juna. We're called the Junas.
Junas.
It's not... It would have a capital letter anyway, Lee.
Well, 6 points to John. Stevie, Susie, could they have done any better?
No, 6 is the best. So you could have had Jersey, Unseen, or Nursey.
What was the last one?
Nursey.
Is that what you used to call your nanny?
I was made by machines.
Oh.
It's too much milk for me, Nursey.
OK, so at the end of that, Lee and Rose have 7 points. John and Jack are in the lead with 23. Right, now time for Rose and Jack to go head-to-head, OK? Rose, your turn to pick the numbers.
Oh, Christ. OK.
Christ, not at Christ.
Tell me
Rose
out,
wants
brother.
a word.
Too big, rest small.
He has spoken.
He is... Too big, the rest small, please.
Right, we've got to see what the man says.
You'd think he wouldn't want to pick 2x4.
All right, we've got 4, 3, 5, 2, 75 and 100. And the target, 385.
OK, and your time starts now. So the target was 385.
Yeah,
Rose, did you get it?
I got it. I actually got it.
Did you get it? No, OK. Rose, tell us how you did it.
Ooh, 3 times 100. 300. 2 times 5, 10. Plus 75. Plus the 300.
Yeah, 385.
Oh, my good God.
I didn't write down the 100. And
Yeah,
I was,
so-
You
I
didn't
was-
write down the 100?
No, so I was really in a sweat thinking, this just can't be done. It just can't be done. No one can do it, surely.
Rachel, could you do it without the 100?
You just add 2 to the 75 and times
All
by
right, who
5.
cares? Doesn't matter.
OK, time now to go across to Dictionary Corner. Stevie, what have you got for us?
Just some hot tips to improve your online hygiene, James. Doom scrolling is a thing. You know, you're scrolling through, you're feeling worse and worse. When that happens, you've just got to stop, you've got to refocus. So how do you refocus? Well, you can do numerous things. I like to find social media accounts that are quite motivational. We've all seen these things. They're very helpful. There's so much you can learn from other people. You just listen, you know? And if, like, for some reason that hasn't worked, I'll just play a game. That's really easy. Like, you know, like Candy Crush or Cow Toss. Just something really simple like that.
What's cow toss?
Just where you toss cows. Not, sorry, not like that, obviously. You just wank them off. Other tips, I guess, like, learn how to use emojis. People don't use them properly, and we can express so much more using emojis than we ever could using words, I think. You know, I can say I'm happy, I can say I'm sad, sure, but I can also say I'm Easter Island head and 2 fish flapping on a pole, option. Some people are kind of concerned because we're starting to speak in emojis. People say, you know, that's fire, and I heart that. And I know it makes linguists like yourself quite yellow, sad, bald man, but, you know, if old Billiam Shakespeareington was here today, you know, he'd be doing emoji plays, he'd be innovating, and you would pay to see Emoji Macbeth. It's more succinct than the original, or like, I don't know, Emoji Romeo and Juliet. I've only seen the Baz Luhrmann version, so I'm not sure if that's actually even accurate. But I have also seen that you're trying your best, Jimmy, and sort of my Christmas present to you, I guess, is I've created the Jimoji, which we can all use. The Jimoji. So this is him. He's laughing. This is he laughs so hard he's cried. Does sound to it. There's also Cry Laugh So Hard, Tilted, same sound effect. And then, of course, Tilty Cry Laugh So Hard, I vomited out my own shit. Merry Christmas.
Sticky Martin, everyone. And here is your teaser. The words are elf parps. The clue is that wafts. That's elf parps, that wafts. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were elf parps. The clue was that wafts. It was, of course, flappers. OK, before we go on, he's not been invited on the show, but he's turned up anyway. It's Joe Wilkinson.
Beautiful.
Hi, Joe. How's your Christmas been?
Shite. It's been shite. I'll be honest with you, Jim, I had quite a big dinner. And turns out when I put weight on, it goes on my arse. Which seems unfair. I only had a couple of stuffing balls. No, I don't want any stuffing balls, mate. Look at my arse. Look at it. Look at it.
What's going on with Fabio's shorts?
He had a big dinner as well, and turns out when he puts a bit of weight on, it goes on his knob and balls. It's a lovely drop, Ray. I thought while I was here, we could play a quick parlour game.
Oh, lovely, OK.
Yeah, bring on the cannon. Probably already guessed what parlour game we're going to play. It's the parlour game where I'm shot out of a cannon, and the teams here have to guess how many members of the audience are either knock unconscious or seriously hurt. God, I feel Christmassy now. Let's play a parlour game. Come on, let's play. Fuck off.
OK, so Joe's getting into the cannon. So, Lee, John, how many of our studio audience do you think will be knocked unconscious?
I'm going to go for 9.
I'll do the tactical prick thing and I'll go 10.
Joe, are you ready?
I'm ready, Jimmy. OK, Fabio, there's parlour game. Light the fuse, you twat. Well, that went well. OK, yeah. My arse is rubbing against the side. My arse is slowing me down. I need a slightly larger cannon. Never mind, let's play countdown!
OK, on with the game. Just see if he can get to his feet. If he can't, it's not a disaster. OK, Lee, Rose, your turn to choose the letters.
Consonant? R. Vowel? Ooh. Consonant? D.
D.
Consonant?
M.
Vowel?
Vowel. Oh. I'll get it. Hyphen.
Never mind hyphen, I just saw a massive colon. We'll go for a consonant, please.
You can have an N
And another consonant.
and an L.
I think a vowel and a consonant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you? Fair play to you.
OK, your time starts now. Lee, how many?
5.
Rose?
7.
John?
6.
Jack?
6.
Lee, you're 5.
Ruins.
Jack, you're 6.
Unslim, what you are after Christmas.
Kick a man when he's down.
Slim.
Susie, is it a word? OK, John, you're 6.
Rounds.
Rose, your 7-letter word.
This is a total guess. Nimrods?
Yes.
Rose, massive player. 7 points to Rose and Lee. Wow.
What is a Nimrod?
It can mean either a really skillful hunter or someone who's a bit of a dork.
And I was in no way inspired by the people around me. I will say that.
Stevie, Susie, could they have done any better?
Yes, for 8, they could have drumlins. What's that?
Yes, they're low oval mounds.
OK, so at the end of that, Lee and Rose are in the lead with 24 points.
Come on. I never win.
OK, time to go across once again to Dictionary Corner. Stevie Martin, any more advice for us?
Yes, I do have some more advice for you. Learn how to take a selfie, please. We've had like a decade to get to grips with selfies, and some people just still haven't figured it out. It's fine. But there are lots of different categories, lots of different types of selfies. So you've got your lift selfie, but you've got to make sure there's a mirror in the lift, otherwise it's not quite as effective. You've got your unwealthy, had COVID, you've got your fucking healthy, it does happen. That's all the different types of selfies there are. But how do you take a good one? Well, it's really hard. You know, the first time I tried, I blinked. I was facing the wrong way. This one is too close. That one's too much kettle. And this one's just too much information. You've got to hold something back. You know? It's really important. What I learned, though, is that you can just use a photo editing app. So, for example, I didn't just put this on Instagram. I don't know if you can see, but there's like little wispy hairs there. So I just face-tuned them out. You can't really tell the difference.
Stevie Martin, everyone. And here is your final teaser. The words are Peg Santa. The clue is bit showy. That's Peg Santa, bit showy. See you after the break. Welcome back. The answer to the teaser. The words were Peg Santa. The clue was a bit showy. It was, of course, pageants. Could you stop twerking, please, Joe? Are you honestly twerking there?
You can head off now.
It's the Christmas special, everyone. Before we go on, it's Christmas, so let's play a quick game of Pull My Cracker. OK, here's how this works. I read the first line of some classic Christmas cracker jokes. All you have to do is buzz in when you think you know the punchline. Couldn't be easier. You ready? What do sheep say to each other at Christmas time?
Thank fuck we're not turkeys.
Jack?
Well, happy Christmas to you, maybe.
I'll give you that. Merry Christmas to you. It's the right answer. Yes, a point to Jack. Yeah. OK. How does a snowman get to work? Lee.
I didn't press the button.
I did.
Oh, go on.
Oh, well,
Jack, sorry.
Why has he got
Why
one
do a
under the
different button
table?
here?
I wondered how you were doing that. I thought you had an electric penis. Do
What was the question again? How did...
you think it was a question? You buzzed? Or do you just want to get out of the bath?
Yeah.
How does a snowman get to work?
Well, it's in July in a bucket.
Go on.
A snowmobile?
Well, that's a bit practical rather than a joke.
I know, but then you...
Is it a Ford Fiesta 2-litre engine? Icicle. Because it rhymes with bicycle.
Yeah, by icicle, I'll give you that. Yeah, that's the right answer.
Bicycle.
Bicycle.
Oh, you're so politically correct.
Why doesn't Santa use the NHS?
Ah, well.
Here we go.
This is...
So you're not a UK resident?
I think I know it.
Yeah, go on.
Can I say? Because he's got private elf care.
That's the right answer, yes. What does Santa spend his wages on?
Oh. All his different hose and area codes.
Prostitutes.
It was, in fact, Jingle Bells. Where do elves go to dance?
The jailhouse.
What?
Read it again. Oh, sorry, elves.
I think it'd be Christmas balls. Christmas...
I'll give you that.
Ibiza.
Snowballs is the right answer, yeah.
Ah, yeah, snowballs.
Daddy's absolutely won this. 5 bonus points to John and Jack. Sorry.
I look forward to being your nan at Christmas playing charades. Another point for me, Nana.
Is your nan still alive?
My nan's not alive anymore, Lee.
Yeah, you piece of shit. You piece of shit.
I'll teach you to get in a car with my parents.
Particularly poignant that you should bring that up. She actually died at Christmas when we were playing a game of charades. She had a fit and she died with us all around her going, is it a book or a film?
OK, time for our final letters game. John and Jack, your turn to choose.
Come on now, we want this.
A vowel, please.
Wallet.
Consonant.
E-T.
And a vowel. A consonant.
M.
And a consonant.
S.
Another vowel, please.
Another I.
A consonant.
R.
And a consonant.
H.
Another vowel, please.
And A.
OK, and your 30 seconds starts now.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. And since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Oh, the fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. But as long as you love me so, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Oh, God. I can't believe the size of your head and I can't hit it.
Lee, how many?
7.
Oh, Rose, how many?
7.
John, how many?
8.
Jack?
Yeah, 6.
OK, Jack, you're 6.
Mister.
Lee, you're 7.
Hammiest. The most hammy of the actors.
If it was hammies, you'd need 2 M's.
OK, Rose?
Air mites.
Air mites?
A-I-R.
You went for air mites?
Air mite.
Mite.
Oh, no, it's because it's too big. No, so I'm going for hamster. Hamster!
Is that your safe word?
This is too much milk, hamster.
John, you're 8.
Hairiest.
8 points to John and Jack. Wow.
Really,
OK.
really good.
Stevie, Susie, could they have done any better?
Seriatim, which is also an 8.
So if you discuss matters seriatim, you discuss them point by point.
OK. Lee and Rose have 24 points. John and Jack have 36. So fingers on buzzers, it's time for today's Countdown Conundrum. Your time starts...
Get your finger on that.
now.
All right.
John.
Oh, no. I was going to say distracted, but that's not right.
Why are we going to say it then?
Yeah, go on.
Sidetrack.
Let's have a look. It's the right answer. Yeah. Wow. Lee and Rose, you've got 34 points. John and Jack are the winners. You're now the proud owners of this, the Countdown Christmas Bells. Thanks to all our panellists, our wonderful studio audience, and to all of you watching at home. That's it from us. Good night. Merry Christmas.